Alright, let me know if you heard this one. What does a former president of the United States, a corporate merger, and a 2017 animated series have in common? There's no punchline here, the story is wild enough. The world of TV show cancellations is one that's unforgiving. One second you're getting invested in an overarching story, and the next thing you know, there's no more story to be had. Such is the case with OK K.O. Let's Be Heroes, a Cartoon Network animated series that ran from 2017 to 2019 with 3 action-packed seasons. However, the season 3 we got was not meant to be the end of the line for K.O. And between ratings and lack of exposure from the network, its early demise was one that wasn't too surprising, given the state of Cartoon Network as a whole, but it still stung. And as is the reason for most cancellations, we never got a clear answer as to why. Until now. Recently, creator of OK K.O, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ian Jones Quartey, hopped on the animation-centric web show, Cartoon Crash Course, hosted by one Nico Colaleo, creator of DreamWorks TV's Too Loud and the web series Ollie and Scoops, on top of a multitude of other projects in the industry. For all my animation lovers out there, show some love to Cartoon Crash Course. I'll link Nico's interview with Ian and his panel with the cast of Amphibia down below in the description. This interview with Ian reveals some shit, man. I'm pretty sure Donald Trump has become one of the most polarizing names in history. That being said, this is not a political video. I don't hide that I am not a fan of the 45th president. That being said, my opinions have next to nothing to do with the topic at hand. That being said, HBO Max was set to launch a lot earlier, something we have discussed in the past with Infinity Train, and how books 1 and 2 airing on Cartoon Network was due to the lack of HBO Max's existence. As it turns out, OK K.O and other niche, not ratings-friendly Cartoon Network shows was supposed to benefit from HBO Max, but the launch of HBO Max was delayed by the antitrust regulation interrupting the AT&T merger. The merger was supposed to provide a budget increase, but the delay of said merger meant no increased budget, which saw OK K.O Season 3 get cut from 40 episodes to 20 episodes in spring of 2018, right before the merger was finalized, which in itself led to the end of the show. But OK K.O was not the only show affected. Multiple productions got the shaft, including a multitude of projects that will not see the light of day. And it makes me wonder if the episode count of a certain limited epilogue series was the result of this merger's delay. Now, let me just put it out there. Mergers tend to be bad for workers, and in general, monopolies are a big no-no. So you may be thinking, what's the big deal? How did Trump indirectly kill these shows? Well, my dear viewer, this wasn't some noble cause to stop a monopoly. Trump stopped this merger because Warner owns CNN, an outlet some may consider an enemy of his. So ultimately, this was the domino effect of a petty grudge. Don't want to take my word for it? Okay, take Ian's. Roll the clip.
K.O. was sort of supposed to be like one of the first shows that wasn't relying on TV ratings as much as it was going to rely on views on apps and stuff like that. And there was going to be this huge, like kind of over the top app for Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers and all of those properties, because AT&T had been trying to buy Warner Brothers, was going to basically use all their skills as a telecom to create like a all-in-one streaming service that was like all Cartoon Network, Warner Brothers, HBO, yada, yada, yada. That, as we know now, eventually came out. It was called HBO Max. That was supposed to happen years earlier, and K.O. was supposed to benefit from all of that as it went. In 2016, Donald Trump got elected. As the merger of AT&T and Warner Brothers was about to go through, Donald Trump specifically hated Warner Brothers because they own CNN. So he wouldn't let that merger go through. And so all the Warner-owned studios basically got stuck in a holding pattern while they were waiting for this merger to go through. So there wasn't allowed to be any new spending or any new seasons or anything like that without having trade-offs for other things. Essentially, that deal didn't go through until like after they realized we're not going to be able to have this strategy work the way that they wanted. OK K.O, unfortunately, was just like a little before its time. Like maybe if it had come out like a couple years later, it would have been a thing that was like streaming only or something like that and could have found its audience a little better. But it was just like a little too early. Plans didn't come together because of our former president. And like, I don't know, just kind of the whole thing got messed up. And that's what I mean when I say it's very complicated. Like, it doesn't really come down to like one thing you did or one mess up. You know, these companies are just like massive behemoths. They do these huge things. There's always consequences, no matter how small they are. And in this case, the consequence was like my show.
The whole chat is saying, so Donald Trump canceled OK K.O. I mean, great.
He didn't do it personally, but, you know, it's like decisions he made by holding up that merger basically reverberated through the whole company. I wasn't the only casualty of that. There's people who worked at several places, people who were like hired to like make things that were eventually going to go in this like new merged reality who lost their jobs. Other shows that didn't get to be made because they didn't get to increase budgets, you know? So I'm not the only one. The news got told to us by our series exec, Conrad Montgomery, who was like a huge champion of the show and helped us like throughout the way. And he was sad because he really wanted more for us.
So there you have it. OK K.O has managed to tie up loose ends thanks to Conrad Montgomery, who now works at Nickelodeon. And I have no doubts he's ready to change the game over there. So what can we make of all of this? Honestly, I don't know.
I just think it's hilarious in a cosmic sort of way.
Obviously, Trump didn't set out on a mission to crush Cartoon Network. But as an animation fan, it's ironic to be out of this era of Orange Man bad jokes. Just to find out, with this particular thing I love, Orange Man really is bad. And it is interesting to learn that Cartoon Network Productions were going to benefit from HBO Max. From the merger. Who knows, they still might down the road, if the people in charge get their act together, but you know, I'm not saying anything. And it's these animation oddities that I love to learn about. Cartoon Network has such a weird history, from the Boston bomb scare to this. Makes you wonder what the next 30 years is gonna bring for them. But as always, these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. What do you think? How do you feel about OK K.O.'s cancellation alongside other projects being the domino effect of the 45th president? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts over at Roundtable Vids, and you can find me over at Allstrick Fox. We're also on Instagram. Help Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. See ya!